Welcome to Highway 85's video series, vlog series about ordering show services. We're going to try to touch the basics for everybody and break down each video on a particular service you might be ordering. We're going to try to keep ourselves in check and time these things so we don't talk too long. But today we're going to talk about electrical. Ordering electrical, Angelina.
Ordering electrical.
So what we've done here is we pulled up something you might see online, or if you still get the old school show books in the mail as well, the electrical ordering form. So you're going to have a critical dates list. It's in the front of your show order service book. So know the date of ordering early to get your early bird specials. Sometimes it's also listed in the categories ordering forms as well. But you don't want to miss that date, so keep that in mind. So typically you're going to get a summary sheet, and then you're going to move to
The electrical service.
so the layout itself. That's where you want to start. There's two ways to attack this depending on if you have a linear booth, an island booth. We're going to use an island booth as an example and pretend that you have a couple of demos, a reception desk, and a tower. So you could ask your exhibit house, or you could use your team, and you could pull out all the amperages and specific power requirements for each one of your TVs, computers, coffee machines, chargers, etc. Or you can do it my way. No, you can wing it. Oh boy, we're not going to make this time thing. We're going to wing it and use our best judgment in picking the services, because typically, if you order a 500 watt, 120 amp drop, you can put a full power strip of power on that, multiple TVs, computers, and be fine. If you got heavy equipment, some special equipment, definitely need to pile in with your engineers and your trade show company to make sure you got the power requirements. For simple stuff, vacuums, stuff like that, normal drops should work. So you're going to want to map this out, or have your trade show company map this out for the locations. These squares are typically done in every quarter inch is a foot. So you basically have got or a half foot. Depending on the scale, you're going to be able to scale this thing down. So let's just say you have a reception desk in this zone, a demo, and a big tower. And the tower, you're going to be running 2 TVs, charging iPads, have a couple computers in the back. So maybe this one would get a 1,000 watt drop. You'd make a circle, put a little X, write 1,000 watt drop. It's that simple. If you're doing it by hand, these two might be pretty simple. In your reception, they'd get circles, X's, a 500 watt drop. They give you examples typically, if you move to the next one, sample layouts, basically speaking to the amps you need and how they do it. So if you wanted that thing 5 foot in and 5 foot over, and that's where the reception would be, you would make those notations if you want it in a very specific location on your space. So kind of moving, maybe zipping through this a little bit. If you move to the next category,
Island booth.
let's go to 5.
5, sure.
5 is they typically give you a cheat sheet, if you will, of electrical usage of, if you had a food processor, typically how much wattage it would pull, or a vacuum cleaner. You'd be surprised how much a vacuum cleaner pulls. So they typically give you a cheat sheet. And if you move to the next one, you have the actual order form itself. You can fill it out by hand, typically. You can fill it out online. So in this case, we were ordering 3 500 watt drops and 1,000 for the tower. So I would come down my order form. I would select the wattage, the number of drops. They would be using the electrical plan to see where they go, totaling up the numbers. And then there's 2 parts to this. You have the actual electrical order, and you have the actual labor to lay the electrical. So electrical power typically at a trade show is either coming from the floor up and out to you, or from the ceiling down and out to your booth space. You don't have to totally know that, but you should be aware when you get to the show if you have a big cord coming down with a doghouse, or something coming out of your floor and everything spreading out. They will lay all the electrical, tape it down for you, put it in the locations that it's necessary, based off of your drawing, based off of your order form, and you'll get a final bill at the end that gives you the hours that was required. So let's see what else we got here. There's some things to cover.
Some electrical instructions.
Electrical labor. So as you get to the form, some forms it's combined, other forms it's two different forms. If you're ordering the labor or if you're ordering the actual power itself and the outlets. You can bring your own 6-ways and extensions and things, and we suggest it because you get charged for every extra piece that you need. So if I had those demos, I should have the 6-way plugs with it, some extension cords, some other things, or else I'm gonna get dinged for additional stuff at the show. Labor, you can do your best to predict what the labor is gonna be, but it is what it is. Typically, if you were laying out a 20-foot booth and had what we just had as pretty minimal requirements, I'd probably put an hour or two order for the labor, one guy a couple of hours. But work with your trade show company, call the general contractor if you have questions. Someone like Freeman here has a whole team dedicated to do that. I don't know, that's in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah.